Today's episode, I'm going to talk to you about growing a Facebook page from scratch and the best way to get new leads into a service-based business. My name's James Booth and you are watching episode number 2 of Daily Marketing Hut Live. So yeah, episode number 2. Enjoyed yesterday, looking forward to this one. See how it goes. I will say that this morning my internet has been a bit dog shit, so if there's any connectivity problems I apologise, and I'm going to try and iron out any sort of issues when I upload the replay on YouTube. So bear with me for this live edition if there is any connection problems. But yeah, looking forward to it. Like I say, I'm going to talk a bit about Facebook pages and getting new leads in. Feeling a bit tired, to be honest, for this episode. I went out to watch the England game last night, drew 0-0. Played better through to the next round, but a bit disappointing that we couldn't get the win. However, it is what it is, and at least we progressed, so it's all good. And yeah, after I've recorded this video, I've got plans to make a new lead magnet for my business. So I'm thinking a 10-15 minute training video. Not quite sure on exactly what I'm going to be teaching in there yet. Something to do with Facebook ads, something to do with getting new leads in, but we'll sort that out in the afternoon. So yeah, busy day ahead, looking forward to it all, but for now, let's get into this show with question number 1. Question number 1. Remember, actually, before I go through any of these questions, there's a thumb icon below this video. If you keep on tapping it, I'll send them across my screen. Show me the love, really appreciate it. If you hold it down, you get a few different reactions. I really like the wow face if you want to put that up there. And if you've got any friends on Facebook, or if you're in any Facebook groups where the members would benefit from the content I'm going to share in this video, please, please, please share it out. I'd love to help as many people as I can. So, getting back into it. Question 1. Say you've got a brand new Facebook page with about 100 followers. Your goal is to grow your likes and also start the know, like, trust cycle in order to drive sales. What type of ads do you begin with? So, in essence, you've got a brand new Facebook page. You're ultimately looking to grow that page so you can make sales. How do you start? That's this question. First up, I'd kind of think, I'd ask you to think about the reason that you want Facebook page likes. Now, I know that you want to build up your page so you've got a pool of people who you can promote to. Your Facebook page isn't the best way to do that. I'd highly recommend building an email list. So you own that. It's not kind of saved on Facebook itself, but building an email list and inviting those people into Facebook so you can communicate with them. So the way you do that is you don't set up a Facebook ad campaign optimized for likes. If you do that, Facebook's just going to get people to like your page. They're not going to be high quality leads. They're not going to be high quality visitors. They're not going to really know anything about you. And I know one of your goals in this question was to build that know, like, trust factor. So if they're liking your page before they know you, chances are they're not going to engage with you. You're going to have a big page full of people who aren't interested in you or what you offer. So the best way to do it is set up an ad for conversions. Run that to some sort of a lead magnet, which I'll get onto in question 2. Spoiler alert. Run ads for conversions to a lead magnet. Work on building your email list, and as a byproduct of running those sort of ads, you'll get Facebook likes. Anyone who joins your list, you could then have a call to action in the first follow-up email, saying something like, thanks for downloading your freebie, why not stay in touch with us on Facebook? That way, you've got your list, you've got your Facebook page, they're both growing, you get to communicate with them via email, you get to communicate with them via Facebook. That is going to bring the know, like, trust factor, and that is what's going to drive sales. So yeah, ads for conversions, focus on building your list. Facebook likes will come as a byproduct of that. Question 2. I want to run a webinar for the first time, but I'm not sure how to do it. Any recommendations? So webinars are awesome for kind of selling. You've got like a room full of people. It's like on stage, you know, it's an on-stage event, but digital. So they're awesome for selling, awesome for building that know, like, trust factor, which we were just talking about. And awesome for displaying authority, really. So, makes sense why you'd want to run one. A few ways you can do it, and there is software out there which will allow you to easily run webinars. GoToWebinar and Webinar Jam as 2 that come to mind. There's more out there, so have a search around. Benefit of getting webinar software is that you're going to have your statistics, so you'll know things like the average amount of time people watched your webinar for, what your drop-off rate was, so how many people kind of turned up at the start compared to how many people were left at the end. It'll tell you things like how many people watched enough to see your sales presentation. So if people are only watching 20 minutes of your webinar, chances are they're not going to see the sales pitch at the end. And based on that data, you can then follow up with people differently. So if people registered for your webinar but didn't attend, you can follow up with those different than people who sat through the whole thing, and you'd follow up with those people different than people who sat through the first 30 minutes but didn't see the sales pitch at the end. So that's the benefit of going for paid webinar software. If you are on a budget and you just want to test out webinars, see if they're your thing before investing in some expensive software, there are ways which you can run webinars for free. It's the way I do it. I've ran every webinar I have done using this method. It's, like I say, it's totally free, and the way you do that is by using Google Hangouts. So you'll need a Google account to set one up, but create a Google Hangout. That is kind of like, if you think of it as a live YouTube video, I think would be the best way of describing that. And what you can do is you can take that Hangout and embed it onto a page on your website. What I use is Google Hangouts and Lead Pages. There's a template on Lead Pages where you can easily embed that video, and underneath the video there's an option to have a call to action button, which you can set to appear, say, 35-40 minutes into the webinar, so you can give your webinar without any call to action button, and as soon as you start your sales pitch, the call to action button appears, so you can literally say on the webinar, there's a link below this video now, click on it and take the next step. So yeah, Webinar Jam or GoToWebinar if you're looking for professional paid webinar software. Google Hangouts is a bit more it's a bit techier to set up, and that's probably why it's free, but it does the job. So those are my two recommendations if you are looking to run webinars. Now, question 3. Any tips for looking less nervous and more confident on webinars and training videos? Now, this one, I kind of like this question because I've literally just started doing these videos. Nerves, fairness, I've done a few. I don't get too nervous before them anymore. I used to. Confidence is something I'm still working on, so I don't know if you've noticed, but my eye contact isn't as good as I'd like it to be. Personally, I find it a bit weird looking at myself. However, in terms of getting more confident, my advice would be to just do it, you know. It scared me yesterday before I got on here. Now that I'm doing it, like, it's alright. I wouldn't say I'm the most confident at doing it at the moment, but, you know, if I whack one of these out daily for the next month, on day 30, I'm going to be more confident, and that would be my advice to you, just do it. If you want a more practical plan, I do plan out these episodes, so my setup's kind of weird, but I've got my phone hovering on top of my laptop screen, and with a Word document, my phone is hanging on top of my laptop screen, and on my laptop screen I've got a Word document with notes. So I've got the questions written down, answers, or notes for my answers. So if you're looking to get more confident, prepare, have some sort of notes plan, and just do it, just execute. So yeah, that was Daily Marketing Hut Live episode number 2. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, remember you can like it, you can share it, you can even tag your friends in the comments to help me out. Really appreciate that if you do it, and I'll see you tomorrow. See ya.